Hello and welcome to the Owatonna Today Show. As you can tell from our opening, it's not spring yet. I know they say it is, but it's not. So I hope you're staying warm on this supposed to be spring day. Someone earlier said they were going to punch Puxatawny Phil for lying to us, but we'll see what happens. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Owatonna Today Show. We're glad to have you. You can see us right here on Charter Channel 8 6 days a week. And then the nice thing is if for some reason you miss us, you can always find us on YouTube or Blip TV. If you do like us on Facebook, Leanne uploads the newest episode every time it airs, so you can have that as a part of your Facebook feed. It's a nice opportunity for you to be a part of the Owatonna Today Show. And another way you can be a part of that is letting us know what you'd like to see here on the show. If you have an event that's coming up from your community service group, we'd love to hear about that. You can let us know at 390-5751, or you can send us an email at owatonnatoday@charter.net. We're going to have a great show for you today. We're going to be speaking with Mayor Tom Kuntz, as well as a conversation with humorist Kevin Kling, so stick right with us.
Hi, I'm Jody Voisin with the staff at Fairview Animal Medical Center, your other family doctor. Fairview Animal Medical Center is a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Juvenile fire setters is a big problem in the city of Owatonna. If you have any problems with juveniles or young adults setting fires within your homes or your community, please get in contact with the Owatonna Fire Department, and we can help assist you with rectifying the problems with the juvenile fire setter. This is a public service information from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Hi, we're Mark and Becky Stevens of the Owatonna Pizza Ranch.
And we support the Owatonna Today Show.
This March, as part of Minnesota Food Share, we hope to raise $100,000 and/or pounds of food. Minnesota Food Share contributes additional money based on our local donations. In 2012, 3,671 individuals living in Steele County registered at the food shelf. By the end of 2012, the food shelf gave out 600,000 pounds of food. Thank you for your generosity. With your support, we are able to provide a resource in Steele County for our neighbors in need. No one in Steele County should go to bed hungry.
And we're back with the Owatonna Today Show. I have Mayor Tom Kuntz. Hello.
Good morning on this spring day that is on the calendar.
You know, Tom, you've actually been on the show quite a bit, and the nice thing that that's nice because we love to see your face, but we have so much going on at the City of Owatonna that's just exciting, and things. Springtime kind of has that effect on people, but you've got a lot of things to cover from the city council meetings and that kind of stuff. So what have we got going on with the City of Owatonna?
Well, I'll go back to the meeting, the one before the last, and the Pull Together Committee, he gave his final report to the City Council and ended up the collection with about $75,000 in the reserve fund. So that is just fantastic. And I think the nice thing about that whole process is that they did pledges to collect all that money and everything, and less than 1% of the pledges were submitted. So
no way.
I think that really speaks well of their committee and the commitment they had and everything. So that has been wrapped up, and we'll move forward, and it's now in the hands of the city to make sure it stays in the black every year.
Very nice. So that's exciting news.
And the other thing, our new city engineer, Kyle, has just done a great job. One of the things that we haven't done in the past is have neighborhood meetings when there's going to be a road project. And those neighborhood meetings have great benefits because it just really takes away a lot of that uncertainty when it comes to city council meeting. When there's a road construction that's going to take place, the city mails out a letter to each and every one of the residents, notifying them of the neighborhood meeting and notifying them of the street project that's going on. And so that's really eliminated some of the really confusion that takes place at city council. You know, we've had 12th Avenue Northwest, we've had Lamont Road, we've had the street improvement projects, we've had School Street being the last one that is a little unusual. Last year we had the 60-inch pipe collapse in it, and so we had to do a temporary repair in it. This year we've got to take that whole street out because the pipe's so big you got to have a trench that's 9 feet wide. So it means that we got to remove the whole street. So people are concerned about how they're going to park, how they're going to get in and out of it. So we're working on those details.
Good.
We also renewed the lease for Ed's backhoe service at the compost site. They've done a good job. They've been there 3 years, and we renewed their lease for another 3 years. So, and we approved the bid for the Law Enforcement Center storage building. They've got a building they're going to be putting up for to hold evidence and stuff like that.
It's a big deal. I mean, I know up in the cities they've been having some issues with some of the labs and how they've handled evidence. So this is a really important thing.
And they just did an audit here a while back, and they were not real pleased with the person that was doing the audit because they're not accustomed to what goes on in Law Enforcement Center. But we do it by the book, and everything is top notch. And each piece of evidence you get's got to be tagged and put in a certain place. So they really, really do a good job.
Yeah.
And at this last meeting, we had the award of 2 bars that go on top of police cars, light bars, for our participation in zero death on highways and everything like that.
So you guys won a prize.
We won 2 prizes, 2 safety bars, so which was very, very good. And they awarded the approval of a rescue boat for the Owatonna Fire Department.
So this is, we do have lakes in this, so it makes sense to have a rescue boat.
I remember one time when we had a flood down by the microtel, and there was enough water that was covering the lower floor, and we had to go down to Colmeyer's and cut the chain on a boat down there so we could bring it back and get people in and out. So this will be a boat that's available at the fire department to do rescue waters and help stuff like that. So
well, especially with frozen lakes, there's all sorts of reasons why you might need a rescue boat.
Yep.
I don't know, but you wouldn't use it on a frozen lake, so go on. Sorry.
And also we improved the infrastructure application for Virocon to do a small business development grant, and that is to do the matching funds for the improvements that will take place out there for the closure of 4th Avenue and for the storm pond and sewer and water. So those are some of the things that are going on at City Council.
Very busy time.
It's an exciting time. You know, when spring comes, everybody's wanting to get going.
Get those projects started.
I think that this year we will have an excellent year if everything comes together for the City of Owatonna.
What exciting things do we have?
There's a lot of things going on. So.
What are we seeing in the future?
Well, I think, you know, the latest one was the announcement of the grocery store up in the side of town. And if you look at what's going on at Fairway, that one, you know, is now a big pile of rubble. I think they've moved all the crushing machines and everything out, so we should see some construction.
It is interesting to drive by there and watch it a little bit at a time.
And then the other one, announcement of Aldi's, so that's always good to have that one.
Oh, Aldi's is a great store.
Yeah, Aldi's will be a great store to have come into town. So.
Well, it's always interesting how we always think, you know, city level, but state and national level also affect us.
You know, and we, what happens at the state level and what happens at the national level is very important to how our city operates and what happens. And I had the opportunity to go up and do a League of Minnesota Cities County City School District meeting last week, and some of the bills that are being put forward for Highway 14. Everybody talks about Highway 14. It's been there since the 70s.
I don't know what's going to happen when it's done. Nobody's going to know what to talk about anymore.
But it's got 3 bills out there, and one of the bills is $189 million for Highway 14 expansion from Owatonna to Dodge Center, and that's about what that cost is $199 million.
Okay.
There's another bill out there for $36 million for the interchange at Trunk Highway 14 and 15 near New Ulm. So the Highway 14 partnership really is concerned about the highway all the way across the state of Minnesota. So it's not just Owatonna Dodge Center, it's not just New Ulm, it's all of it that we need funding for. And then there's $29 million for the Nicollet bypass. So I do have the privilege of going up and meeting with the governor tomorrow to talk about those very issues and make sure that the governor tries to put some of that dollars in his bonding bill. If not, make sure that dollars are in the 20-year plan for the MnDOT's 20-year plan.
Well, it's got to be easy to show him the improvements, the less accidents, that kind of thing, with the expanded highways, and why that would just make sense to continue that.
Exactly, yep. And some of the other things at the state level, the local government aid, the city gets about a little over $3 million in local government aid. It's sales taxes that are paid to the state, and the state redistributes it to the less fortunate cities that don't have the big infrastructure and development and everything. So Owatonna gets about $3 million, and they finally come to an agreement with the small cities, large cities, metro area and everything on the formula. So there's a bill that's going forward with that, and I think everybody's on board for trying to approve it. Now we just have to see how much money we can get into it to help offset some of those costs. City sales tax exemptions, sales and use tax, you know, with the governor's proposal, he wanted to do some taxes on stuff, so there's still a bill out that talks about that.
So does that mean the bill would be that the cities could say, we do not want to take part in that, or what does that
I think it would
mean?
give us some exemptions on some of the use and sales tax for cities and city government.
Okay.
Yep.
So as a city, we can say, yeah, the state may do that, but we as a city choose
we
not
can
to.
be exempt from it,
Okay,
yes. Yep,
good.
you bet. Elections, there is a bill out there that allows people to vote at the polling place 15 days before the election's due. And that is just because if you can't vote on election day, you either got to do an absentee ballot, and then you would be able to vote with the machine at the place where the absentee ballots are collected 15 days before the election.
We've heard a lot of this in other states and how very, very popular this is.
And it just, if you do an absentee ballot, I think there's like 15 steps it's got to go through before it gets really recorded.
Okay.
If you do this, it's less than 9 steps it's got to go through, so it really is a time saver.
And it's a very consistent place, so people know exactly where they need to go if they want to do that.
Exactly. Yep, exactly. There's a data practices bill that's out there that a lot of the emails and everything that get sent back and forth are city government public knowledge. So this just protects some of that stuff.
Okay.
So, and at the federal level, the the tax exempt bonds are the big issue out there, with the government trying to reduce its cost and everything. They're looking at taking away the tax exempt financing for the cities and the utilities, which would be a disaster. That's been in place for 100 years, and we're politicking very hard to make sure that the tax-exempt financing stays in place for the cities and the state.
And this is something that I know that many of our viewers are very political. They enjoy being part of this process, and especially with that bond itself and maybe even Highway 14, those are things that they can actually talk to their senators about and make their own voices heard.
We had a lady that lost her husband that was over by Dodge Center that's even gone up and testified for us.
So it's important to be part of that legislative process.
It's important to be involved, yes.
Good. So as we move forward, it's springtime. What are some of your favorite things to do in Owatonna in the spring?
Well, a year ago, we would be out golfing.
I know! Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is crazy.
Well,
so,
welcome to Minnesota. If you don't like the weather, it'll change, right?
This year, it's the advantage of the ski slopes. Last year was the advantage of the golf courses.
There you go. Well, thank you so much. We look forward to your updating us next month.
Yep.
Sounds good?
You bet. Thank you.
We'll be right back with the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, this is Dave Efforts with TPS Insurance, and we are proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
I needed more than just another dead-end job. I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
With the kids off to college, I decided it was time for me to go back to work and express myself.
Express got me in touch with some really great companies. Now, I'm on my way to a great career.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
When you or a loved one needs specialized care, where can you go for help? Park Place Senior Living and Coda Living Community provide a home with personalized services. Park Place Senior Living offers apartment homes with housekeeping or nursing services that meet your unique needs, including extended assisted living in the former Cedarview Care Center. Coda Living Community provides rehabilitation and short-term or long-term care in Owatonna's newest healthcare facility. A hallmark of the Benedictine health system, both locations are committed to providing quality care where health, independence, and choice come to life. For more information, please contact me at 507-446-4946.
Hi, I'm Doug Johnson with the Owatonna Business Incubator. We're here to help small businesses start and to grow. We're a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, and welcome to the Owatonna Today Show. Shelley Whitehead here. I am very fortunate to have with me Kevin Kling. He is author, playwright, performer, motorcyclist at one time.
Yeah,
I was thinking about this. You probably get labeled all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and so one of the labels I gave you was storyteller.
It's hard to, storyteller. Yeah. People have a connotation though, so sometimes humorist, monologuist, all
there you
those
go.
work.
What's your label for yourself?
I don't. Renaissance man.
Because you're perfect. A little bit of everything. Kevin, people may know you from some of your performances. You did perform in Owatonna a couple weeks ago, but you've also performed on national platforms. What are some of those things that you've done?
Well, I get to be on NPR and NPR every once in a while. Off Broadway a couple of times. I love performing at the Guthrie or Goodman in Chicago, Seattle Rep, all over the country.
Yeah. So you started off at Gustavus Adolphus.
Yeah.
You started off in Osseo.
Yeah, Osseo.
Well, that's where you really started off. Yeah. But then you got your degree in Gustavus, and then you just stayed in the cities. What is the path you took?
Yeah, I love it there. I think there's places that take away your creativity and places that feed it, and I find that the Twin Cities feed my creativity. Yeah.
And so because I guess as we grow older, we start refining ourselves and what we like to do. When did you go to, because you were Playright first, you started writing a couple plays, those were performed in the Twin Cities as well as New York.
Yep.
So when did you start going to becoming the humorist that you are, that known for today?
Well, you know how the best place in a party is in the kitchen?
Yeah.
I was in the kitchen, kind of just blabbing away, and there was a producer in there, a theater producer, and she said, "Do you want to do that on stage?" And I said, "What?" She said, "Just what you did in my kitchen." And that's what I did. They put me on stage, and I told stories, and it just went on from there. And I ended up writing plays that were basically just storytelling shows.
You, most of your stories are real life, things that have actually happened. Do you have a really phenomenal memory then to be able to do that?
No, you know what? You can really go there if you want, especially around my family. My family, we get blabbing at it. It's just, I stopped putting intermissions in my shows because of my brother. He'd be in the lobby and people would be laughing harder in the lobby.
So he was upstaging you.
Yeah, no more intermissions. So it's pretty fun around our house.
Yeah, good. How many brothers, sisters?
One brother, one sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do they think of your success?
My brother loves hearing stories about himself.
Does he really?
Yeah, he gets a kick out of it. He's got an instant celebrity.
Yeah.
And he's really something. Yeah. He's really fun. So and I like it that they're there because if people don't believe my story, I can just say, "Mom, come here."
Really, this happened. You very family friendly. I think that's another thing that with your work. Do you work at that, or is it just natural for you?
I do work at that. I think that's important, and I also think, like, if you're doing a show for families, a kid will laugh at stuff that adults want, and then an adult will say, "Oh, that's right, that did happen," or an adult will laugh. And I remember watching Rocky and Bullwinkle when I was a kid with my dad.
Yeah.
And I just loved, he's laughing at something that I don't get, and I couldn't wait to get that.
Yeah. And that's a multi-level kind of thing. So then, I think sometimes Disney shoots for that nowadays, but I don't know that they always capture that.
You do have to go for it.
I think
it helps to throw a little subversion in, because a kid likes to hear a little bit of subversion.
Yeah, just kind of a little something that maybe yeah, exactly. So what are you working on now? What are your big plans for now?
I'm about ready to go on tour, and I'll be going, Rochester I'm going, and Duluth and Grand Forks with a wonderful piano player named Dan Chenard. And then when I get back, I start this storytelling circuit. There's a wonderful circuit around the country with a lot of different festivals, and I'll be going to those.
I've noticed that you do like to, people have asked you to, you've written a play with an accordion.
Yeah.
You're now traveling with the piano. Is music a very big part of your life?
It is. It really re-engages the ear. Like in an evening of performances, people will hear a song and then they're ready for a story, and then they're ready for a song, and it really does shake up the evening in a good way.
How do you make sure that the music is paired well with the stories, or do you not even worry about that?
I do worry about that.
Okay.
We work on it. And I work with people that I've worked with before that I really like Dan is one. And the accordion player you mentioned, Simone Parent, I love working with her. She's beautiful.
What was probably in your career as you look back, what was one of the more surprising things, like, I can't believe this is happening to me?
I think going to New York, performing on the Guthrie stage, that really, I could not believe I was getting to perform on the Guthrie. I still can't believe it.
That they would let you in,
first
of all?
And then they let me out.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So, you know, I am in theaters myself as well. I know, isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
So and someone asked earlier, you know, we often get told in theater, this is dumb, you shouldn't work in this because it's really hard. If you have somebody who's interested in doing theater in any facet, what's some advice you can give them?
Oh, I think sticking with it. I don't think anybody's an artist on purpose. I think it's something we have to do. I think it's something, and if you're driven to do it, then you've got to do it. It's important. And the world needs artists now more than ever. Just by the way things are. We need people to uplift us and to take us places, you know, and to remind us who we are and what's funny, what's sacred. Artists are really important right now.
You've probably had your share of rejection.
Oh,
I think sometimes when somebody is successful, we forget that the first 10 years of that.
Yeah, I got drawers full of plays no one will ever see. Oh, boy, yeah, that's part of the deal.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. You've written children's plays as well as grown-up plays.
I love going,
Talk to me a little bit about the process of writing the children's plays.
Well, a lot of times, irony, you've got to be careful with irony because you can only be ironic about something given an experience. So when you remember that with kids, you have to either keep the action flowing forward, or if it is ironic, remember, they're this age, they're 6 or they're 7, so they only have that many years to look back.
Exactly.
And so just to remember that, but mostly to keep it moving and keep things familiar. And,
so when you write the stories, do you hope to have some message, or are you just sharing a story?
I do hope to have a message. I think that's important. I think there's what the story's about and then what it's really about. So I do think that's important. And usually what it's really about is, why do you have to tell this story? Why is it, and as a storyteller, that's some of my advice, is to know why you're telling a story and enjoy yourself. Those are the 2 key things.
What do you mean enjoy yourself?
Have fun.
Writing a story.
Or performing, or you know, or telling, or writing. If you even writing, you can tell if somebody's having fun. Writing
within
story.
the script, within what they're, the tone that they have.
Yeah.
What is your favorite theatrical or art experience? What do you, when you have time and can go do something, what do you choose to do?
You know, I still go to theater. I just went last night.
Did you?
I went to the Walker and just had an amazing time. Yeah, I still really like it, and a really good show. I'm good for 30 stinkers if I gotta go. And it's just something about it.
So when you, what do you suggest to people who maybe want to also playwright? So we talked a little bit about the theatrical side of it. What about a playwright?
I would suggest, in terms of playwriting, the field has changed a bit, and to get it into the hands of people as fast as you can, to hear it out loud as soon as you can, because as a play, you don't really know what you have until it's performed. And I often say, in a play, it's what's unsaid.
Oh, isn't that true, though? Those pauses, those moments between. You said you were part of the Playright Center. That's one of your first gigs that you had.
It's incredible.
And so tell us a little bit about the Playright Center.
Well, it was an organization formed in the late 70s to foster playwriting, and their whole idea was, hopefully one day there won't be a need for us, because every playwright will be in a theater. But it's a place to workshop, taking your plays. They provide actors and a place to perform the plays, or they have grants, or they have, like, if you're looking for help or looking for places to send your plays, they're a great resource. So it's a wonderful, and there's nothing like it in the country. It's really, we're really lucky to have it.
Personally, I love listening to you speak. I love your tone of voice. I love hearing you perform, because it's just got such a calming and natural, tone to it. It's beautiful. So, but some people may have not seen you in Owatonna, and they would like to. How can they find more information about where you'll be performing?
Oh, I have a website, so kevinkling.com.
And you're in Wikipedia.
It's like you just told me
found that out today. He's on Wikipedia. So kevinkling.com, there's something that they can go there. And then is that where they can also maybe get access to some of your books? And that
or even Amazon or iTunes, anything. Yeah, they're all over the place.
Are your books very similar to your performing, or are they just filled with stories?
Yeah, they are. The 2 books that I've written that are the full-length books are based on stories. I told all those stories for 10 or 15 years before committing them to the page.
How true are they? How the same are they from the beginning to with the book?
They've changed a lot, and they continue to change. But they're about 97% true.
97%
I meant
true.
about 97%.
I personally love the 3%. That's kind of my favorite part.
Oh, thanks,
Thank you so much for your time today. It truly has been a pleasure, and good luck on your touring. Stay safe.
Thank you.
And enjoy Colorado for me.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm heading out there. Well, good luck on your
Thank
MFA.
You. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back with the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, Warren Abraham, Abraham Consulting Technologies, your one-stop technology shop. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Hello, I'm Sean McNulty. And I'm Deb Gillard with Brookdale Senior Living, Sterling House, and Clarebridge of Owatonna. And we are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
And we're back with the Owatonna Today Show. As you may know, from when I first started this, I'm actually getting my MFA in theater at the Mankato State University. And it's been interesting because right now I'm in the middle of directing my thesis project. And I'm astounded and amazed at how much support that I have from my friends and family. And I just want to encourage you that when you're in those stressful times, don't forget to look around for those people who are supporting you and thank them, because they have made a big, big impact. So I just want to say thanks, Drewby, for all that you've done. Now, I wanted to also, of course, like you know, at the end of each show, what we do is we give you some community service announcements. If you would like to have one of these read, all you got to do is email it to us at owatonnatoday@charter.net, or you can let Leanne know at 507-390-5751. But let's go ahead and read these announcements. The community is invited to a special Owatonna Hospital Healing Arts Program reception where you can meet the artists. That's Tuesday, March 26th from 4:30 to 6 p.m. at the Owatonna Hospital. That's tomorrow. The Healing Arts Program is a collaborative between the Owatonna Hospital and the Owatonna Arts Center to bring the visual arts, natural light, images, and elements of nature to lessen stress and promote healing while at the hospital. Sounds like I need to visit there, doesn't it? The new artwork is on view through the end of June, but the reception is tomorrow, again, from 4:30 to 6 p.m. We do love to give this announcement about the Autism Support Group. This does happen the fourth Tuesday of every month, so this is happening tomorrow. This is an opportunity for people who have autistic children or autistic family members to get together, talk to each other, and maybe get some support or give advice from some of the situations they've been through. This is tomorrow night from 6 to 7:30 at the Associated Church. It is called the Autism Spectrum Disorder Parent Support Group. It is sponsored by the Advocates for Developmental Disabilities. They'd love for you to attend, and they do have childcare available. They just ask that you do let them know in advance, and you can do that by calling 507-413-0323. And the public is invited to attend a lecture by State Research Archaeologist Bruce Keenan on Thursday at the Wenger Room of the History Center in Owatonna. Expand your knowledge on local history as he discusses projects funded by the Minnesota Legacy Amendment Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. If you have not gone over to see the History Center yet, we really encourage you to find out this gem that we have in our community. You can find out more information about the specific Steele County Historical Society and the Gopher State Artifact Show by calling 507-451-1420 and just go and explore this great facility that we have, and that is at our fingertips. We do want to again thank you so much for joining us today. We will be back on Wednesday when we're going to be talking to the Representative John Petersburg with a legislative update. Also, we're going to speak with Peter J. Holbrook, who is the with the Cardinal Stritch College and their partnership with Riverland. So we'll see you on Wednesday. Thanks so much.